Welcome back, you guys. This is your second stimulus check update and second stimulus package update for Monday, August the 24th. Happy Monday, you guys. Hope you guys had a wonderful weekend. We have a lot to cover as usual, so let's get right into it. So today in this video, we're going to cover the $1,200 stimulus check update and how that might have been impacted or how it will be directly impacted by the USPS bill this past weekend. The House passed a $25 billion bill for the USPS this weekend, so we're going to go into the nitty-gritty on that. Trump sent out a number of tweets this weekend. I know it's hard to believe, but he did. And Twitter actually fired back and basically sent him a number of warnings, and we're going to cover those warnings later in this video. Also, what would actually need to happen before President Trump actually signs off on this stimulus package or on the stimulus bill that was recently passed by the House this weekend for the USPS. And be sure to stay to the very end of this video because I'm going to be covering exactly why this stimulus bill that was passed this weekend for the USPS could mean additional stimulus checks, as well as PPP, which is the Paycheck Protection Program, and the reinstatement of the $600 per week unemployment insurance boost that had expired at the end of July. Also, you guys, this week I will be picking the winners of the $1,200 stimulus check giveaway. I know a lot of you guys didn't get your first stimulus checks. I know I didn't get one either, but guess what? Some people are going to be walking away this week pretty happy. I'll be picking 12 winners to receive $100 each. $1,200 in total will be given out, so $100 per person. All you have to do to sign up for the giveaway is look in the description of this video, and also I will pin a comment to the top of the comments. In the description and in the comments, there will be a link for the sign up. Super duper easy to sign up. Takes you about 20 seconds to do it, and I'll be picking winners at random during this week, so make sure you subscribe to the channel, like this video, and don't forget to turn on notifications so that you know as soon as I release new content and as soon as I also call out the winners of the $1,200 stimulus check giveaway. So anyway, guys, let's finally get into it. All right, you guys, so this past weekend, the House of Representatives just passed a $25 billion standalone piecemeal deal for the United States Postal Service, that's the USPS. And in addition to this $25 billion in additional funding, this bill also demands that the USPS reverse operational changes that have been made within the USPS that may have impacted the speed of delivery of mail.
I decided to stop it, and we'll pick it up after the election. That the Postal Service is fully capable and committed to delivering the nation's election mail securely and on time.
This is really a very serious problem. You're not going to know what happened. I don't think you'll know 2 weeks later. I don't think you'll know 4 weeks later. And I don't know what's going to happen.
Some of the operational changes that are believed to have impacted the speed of the mail delivery include overtime for workers, removal of the blue boxes on the corners of streets for mail pickup, as well as the removal of mail sorting devices. Nancy Pelosi had words on Saturday's press conference where she said, "Don't pay any attention to what the president is saying because it's all designed to suppress the vote." President Trump tweeted during the hearing that the controversy surrounding the post office is just another hoax from the Democrats and urged Republicans to vote no. And the White House even threatened to veto the bill. This bill did pass the House of Representatives. However, the House is primarily led by Democrats. However, of those who voted for this bill, 26 of the votes came from Republicans. So surprisingly, there actually was a handful of Republicans that supported this bill. Now, although this bill was passed by the House, it still needs to be approved by the Senate and ultimately signed by President Trump. We haven't heard very much from Mitch McConnell lately, but according to Mitch McConnell just recently, he said that the facts show the USPS is equipped to handle this election, and if need arises, Congress will meet it. Postmaster General of the USPS, DeJoy, also said, "As we head into this election season, I want to assure this committee and the American public that the Postal Service is fully capable of delivering the nation's election mail securely and on time." President Trump has been pretty vocal about his beliefs in terms of the absentee ballots leading to a lot of voter fraud. And so because of this and a handful of other reasons, President Trump was totally against providing additional funding to the USPS. One of the other issues that President Trump has with the USPS is that they have basically been losing billions of dollars on a quarterly basis for years on end, and he didn't want to continue to fund a losing operation. Now, it's clear that this bill has to actually get approved by the Senate and also be signed off by President Trump for this bill to actually take effect. And we know exactly where President Trump stands in terms of his feelings regarding the USPS. And so it would initially be pretty clear to say that, this bill is not going to go anywhere. However, this is actually a piecemeal bill, meaning earlier in the year, Nancy Pelosi expressed to us many times how she was unwilling to accept any type of piecemeal deal. She wanted a full, large-scale package. However, this is actually the first time that Nancy Pelosi has been open for a piecemeal deal. And so a lot of talk is actually circulating coming from the White House about additional stimulus that may be tacked on to this bill that was recently passed by the House of Representatives on Saturday. Now, you guys know I don't pick sides. I go in on the Democrats, I go in on the Republicans, but I don't think anybody will argue with me when I say that, you know, President Trump is probably one of the most vocal presidents that we've had. And to be quite honest with you, a lot of times he's actually just entertaining to me. But anyway, this past weekend, Twitter called him out for some tweets that he sent out. So actually this past Sunday, Twitter actually put a warning on one of President Trump's tweets, basically saying that he was making false claims about mail-in voting. It said that he violated the company's policy against sharing false or misleading information intended to intimidate or dissuade people from participating in an election or other civic process. Now, I don't keep up with politics too much, but I have heard President Trump say on a handful of occasions that, you know, he doesn't trust the mail-in voting and that, you know, a lot of fraud can take place as a result of it. To be honest with you, I don't know how true that is, but I have read on several reputable publications that there really isn't any evidence to firmly support that there is a lot of voter fraud taking place. So I don't know how much truth there is to that. So of course you guys must be wondering at this point, what is this tweet that Twitter got upset about that Trump sent out this Sunday, right? So Trump tweeted on Sunday morning, so now the Democrats are using mail drop boxes, which are a voter security disaster. Among other things, they make it possible for a person to vote multiple times. Also, who controls them? Are they placed in Republican or Democrat areas? They are not COVID sanitized. A big fraud. So anyway, that's what President Trump tweeted. Let me know what you guys think about that in the comments. I got nothing for you guys. Moving on. So after reading hundreds of your comments, and I really appreciate the comments that you guys leave, guys, you know, and I really appreciate the support. You guys know I'm about as unbiased as a human can be. Obviously, we're going to have our own personal opinions, but, you know, for the most part, you know, I try to remain unbiased, and, you know, I can definitely see the perspective of multiple people's viewpoints. So anyway, guys, I think that the recent passing of this $25 billion bill for the USPS could actually open the doors for our second stimulus checks. And here's why. So White House Chief of Staff Mark Meadows on Sunday, he actually claimed that President Trump would be willing to sign off on the $25 billion stimulus bill if it came across his desk, so long as it was a part of a broader piecemeal deal for a relief package. Now, what we've heard from President Trump previously is that he wanted a $1,200 stimulus check. In fact, we heard that he wanted a stimulus check that was larger than what the Democrats wanted. So at a minimum, we're looking at $1,200 there. Also, he specifically said that he wanted additional funding for PPP, which is the Paycheck Protection Program. And in a direct quote from Mark Meadows, who is a top negotiator on behalf of the Senate and on the White House, he said, "My challenge to Speaker of the House, Nancy Pelosi, this morning would be this. If we agree on 5, 6 things, let's go ahead and pass those. I spoke with the president early this morning. He's willing to sign that, including Postal Service reform, that making sure that the money is there to make sure that those deliveries of the first class mail are handled quickly, efficiently, and on time." Now, this is coming directly from Mark Meadows. He is the White House Chief of Staff. He probably talks to President Trump multiple times every single day about these things, and he is the lead negotiator on behalf of the Senate Republicans. So obviously we'll see what happens in the coming days, but I think that this definitely sets the stage for some negotiation. And here's the other thing. This is clearly a very important bill for Nancy Pelosi to get passed. There's no way this bill gets passed without President Trump and without the Senate. So I feel that, you know, obviously we'll see what happens in the coming days, but by the time it reaches President Trump's desk, I don't see why he would necessarily want to sign this without getting some of the things that he wants. And with elections coming around the corner, we're looking at 3 months out. I'm confident that President Trump's going to do all he can to convince Nancy to throw at least stimulus checks in there, if not the $600 per week federal unemployment insurance benefits. You guys, let me know what you think about that assessment. I'd love to hear back from you guys. Also, just a quick reminder for those of you guys who haven't signed up already, we're doing the $1,200 stimulus check giveaway. I will be calling out 12 winners to win $100 each randomly throughout this week. So make sure you get in there. The next winner could be you. Hope you guys got some value out of this video. If you haven't already, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care.